Hi. Hello. So let's begin sitting in Vajrasana. So sit on your heels. If this is not comfortable for you, take a blanket underneath you or come up to your knees. We'll take your strap or similar. Gaze forward softly. We'll inhale, lift your strap up, hold it here for a moment, lift the chest, keep your gaze forward, and slowly slide the hands apart, any amount that you need to take the arms all the way back. Release one side and repeat. Stretch up even taller and slowly take it back again. Release with the opposite side and continue. Oftentimes, non-yoga workouts even yoga workouts are pretty intense on the front body. So tightening through the shoulders, through the chest, through the quads, through the abdominals. So this kind of post-workout yoga sequence will allow us to kind of open up along the front body, stretch out our hips, which also often get pretty strong. I can use the word strong instead of tight. We'll go a few more times here. If it feels safe in your shoulders, you may inhale, come back up. If that feels a little icky, continue the other way. Let's go about 2 more times. A lot of times maybe higher intensity of our workouts can, kind of elevate us in the mind. So our yoga practice can bring us back down to a calmer state. Last time here. And then release your strap down. Take your left fingertips on the floor. Lift your right arm up, palm facing externally. Maybe reach over a little bit and stretch. Release. We'll switch. Left arm up and over to the right. One more time on each side. Getting an opportunity to just enjoy the breath, enjoy being in the body, and gently release. Come forward into table, straighten and bend your legs a few times. Take a child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch, sit back on your heels. Slide the arms forward so your arms are straight, and then maybe rest the forehead on the floor, maybe on a block. Spread your fingers really, really wide and take another 2, 3 slow, deep breaths here. Once your exhale completes, gaze forward. Take your left foot in between your hands. You could also go on the inside if that feels better. Lift your chest up. Let's actually go there for now. So take your foot a little wider, fingertips on the inside. Hold it here. And take your right hand just up to the edge of your mat. Reach the left arm up. Open the chest. Nice slow breath. And gently release the arm down. Let's switch legs. So right foot just along the outside of your hands. Right foot straight forward. We'll push into the foot, lift the chest. Breathe down into the hips, down into the belly. your left hand out to the edge of your mat, reach the right arm up, roll the chest open, lean back. With your exhale, come on down, spread your fingers wide, come into dog pose, pedal the feet out back and forth. So stretch your toes, stretch the soles of your feet. Take your feet about as wide as your hips. Spread the fingers wide and now push your chest back. Bend your knees any amount so you can get some length in the low back, both sides of the heels. Reach back, hold this, a steady breath or two. With your inhale, come high tippy toes. Tippy toe walk up towards your hands. Keep your feet parallel, about 2 fists between the big toes. And bend your knees. Bring the fingertips on the floor or grab opposite elbows. Let your head shake out yes and no. Let your weight just barely tip forward while also keeping the heels on the floor. Release the elbows, bring the hands to the knees, take a seat, look forward. As you're ready, stand up, push the feet down, bring the hands to heart. Gently roll the shoulders back, lengthen up through the back of your head. We'll inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold down. Inhale, come up halfway. You may slide your hands at the shins and really reach the chest forward. As you fold, frame your feet with your hands and take your left foot back into a lunge. Slowly bring the back knee down and climb up, lifting your left arm up. We'll hold it here, press into the front foot, reach up through the fingertips, and take another easy, conscious breath. And as you exhale, release down, come back to downward facing dog pose. You inhale, take your left leg back and up. Keep pushing the floor away. And take your left foot in between the hands. However you get it there, you may need to grab your ankle. Take the back knee down, come on up, right arm lifts. Stretch up through the fingertips. Soften your eye gaze. With your exhale, release forward, step forward, and fold. Inhale, look up, reach up, push the heels down. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, frame the feet, right foot back, back knee down, come up, right arm lifts. Take your left hand around the right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Hold it, one more breath. Inhale, come up, downward facing dog pose. Sweep your right leg back and up. Exhale, step the right foot forward, back knee down, left arm up. Take the right arm up, grab the left wrist, reach up and over to the right. Full breath here. Inhale, come on up, release, step forward and fold. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold, left leg back. Back knee down, come on up, reach up. This time swim the arms back. Either bring the hands to your low back and squeeze the shoulders back, or interlace your hands and pull back. Expand up into your chest. And gently release, switch legs, left foot forward, right back. Come on up, slide the thumbs to the low back, squeeze the shoulders back. Stay here or interlace your opposite clasp, pull the hands back, expand your chest. And release into downward facing dog pose. We'll come into a pigeon prep here. Bring your left knee to the outer left wrist. Move your foot up as high as it makes sense in your body. So you still want to be able to roll that right hip down a little bit. And come on forward. If you have a block or something, you can rest your forehead on that block, or maybe you stack your fists. Let your breath really move down into that left hip, into the low back. Let your exhales begin to lengthen. Those strong hips are good. They help us stay stable in our pelvis, but if they get so tight that it's causing some issues, then holding something like this for a little while, not too long, maybe 5 breaths. Help loosen things up a little bit. As your exhale completes here, come on up. Let's make this thigh stretch easy on us. So sit over on your left seat and then grab the right foot. You can even walk your left hand out if that makes sense for you. Just kind of feel it out. Roll the right shoulder back. We'll be here a few breaths. And gently release. Spread the fingers wide. Come back into a dog pose. Pedal the feet out a little bit. And as you're ready, take the right knee to the outer right wrist. Again, move that foot up. Roll the left hip down. With a slight activation in the outer right ankle by pressing that outer foot against the floor. We'll take about 5 or so breaths here. As your exhale completes, come on up, sit over, fall on your right seat. Take the left foot into the hands. The left hand, roll the shoulder back. The breath conscious, the face relaxed. Gently lower the left foot down. Spread the fingers wide. Come back into dog pose. Pedal the feet out. Maybe reach each heel back one at a time. And come down to the knees. Let's interlace the fingers. Bring the elbows under the shoulders. Reach your chest forward. So this could be one place to pause and work. You're pressing the forearms down, softening in the upper back a little bit and reaching the chest forward. If your ribs really flare out a lot, you get a big arch in your back, then draw those up a little bit. You can stay here or lift up the knees, bend the knees and begin to push your chest back. Press the forearms down and reach the chest back. Lift your seat up. And then come high tippy toes, and if you're able to, walk in a little bit. If your shoulders come out over your elbows, you've walked in too much. You want to try to be able to keep pushing the chest back. Lift your seat up as high as you can. Push the forearms down. And then release the knees down. Sit back on your heels. Roll up, either stay here or walk the hands back onto the fingertips and roll the shoulders back. Expand the chest. Then come on up. So several options here. If you're wanting to wind it down, then take your legs up against a wall with your back on the floor, legs up the wall. If you'd like to practice a headstand, then come up against a wall. Bring one of your blankets if you're on a hard floor. Bring it all the way up to the wall, not so it's too squishy or bulky, so you can balance. And we'll come back to your interlaced fingers, knuckles right to the wall. Elbows under the shoulders. We'll start the same way, chest reaching forward, maybe drawing those ribs up. Lift the knees up, we'll tiptoe forward. Hold it here, or take your head on the floor. If headstand is brand new to you, then I'd recommend you keeping your head off the floor until you can be in a class with an actual teacher, present teacher to help you. Otherwise, if you're feeling safe about this, start to push the forearms down. Do not accept any pain in the neck or the shoulders. If you're feeling good, tiptoe forward. You may float both legs up, or maybe you're kicking up into a little ball. Maybe the legs coming up the wall. Your bottom scoops off the wall. Maybe the heels come off the wall. Feel that most of the weight is in your forearms. Very little is in your head. If you're in legs up the wall, continue to be there, enjoying the breath. We'll be here another 30 seconds or so. I wanted to put in an inversion here, because a lot of times if we're not getting our exercise through yoga, That could be one of the main things that we're missing out on, this chance to be upside down for a little while. If being on your head even bothered you here, you could practice. You bring your heels back to the wall. You can practice lifting your head up the wall and holding more of a forearm stand. And then when you're ready here, take your bottom back to the wall, tuck the knees in, come on down, take a child's pose, rest the forehead on the hands. And then slowly walk up. We'll sit back on the heels again. Walk the fingertips back. Roll the shoulders back. Expand the chest. Keep your gaze forward. Great. And then come on up. We'll stretch out our thighs a little bit more. I'm gonna turn my mat around. You may want your blanket or two here. If you have a block, that's a nice prop here. We'll fold up one or two blankets, so it's pretty bulky. And I'm gonna sit that just on my right side, the right butt cheek, and then I'll take my left foot into this half virasana. If you can't get your leg like this with the top of your foot on the floor, then you need even more height under the right seat. You could bend the right knee, walk your hands back, roll the shoulders back. If your knee starts to come off the floor, don't walk back so much, okay? Spread the toenails of that left foot. Some of you may not need any height under your seat. Okay, so we're either sitting up, hugging this right knee, maybe the hands are walking back, maybe the forearms coming down. There's no competition here. Just notice what feels the best in your body. Where are you starting to feel a nice opening across the front of your left thigh? Okay, some of you may be reclining all the way back, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Okay, that one's a little too far for me these days. We'll hold it another few breaths. And as you're ready, come on up. Be careful how you get out of this, kind of rock over to your right side, undo the left knee, draw the kneecap up. Great, and then we'll switch. So if you're using some height here, put it underneath your left seat. Take the right shin and foot straight back, so you're coming as much to the top of that foot as you can. You're either grabbing the left knee and just holding it here, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe your hands are walking back. Maybe even coming into the forearms. You're trying to keep that right knee on the floor. You may or may not need any height underneath you. Just feel it out. If you're reclining all the way back, you may grab opposite elbows and really stretch your elbows down towards the floor. And gently come on up. Walk over onto your left seat and carefully undo the right knee, draw the kneecap up, and now give your legs a little shake. Let's do a fish pose. So we'll extend the legs out, forearms on the floor. Make your legs fairly strong, like you're standing on them. Adjust your forearms and elbows where they feel the best for you. Begin to roll the tops of your shoulders back. Expand your chest, and for a moment, just look at your toes. Try to pull your chest and your chin as close together as they can go. Squeeze the shoulders back and hold. Really lifting up out of the sides of the body, up into the armpits. And now take your nose up to the ceiling. Hold it there. Keep squeezing the shoulders back, expanding the chest. And if it feels safe on your neck, lift your chest, lift your chin way up, and take your head back. You may even pout your mouth a little bit and stretch under your chin. And as you're ready, lift your gaze and come on up. One more thing before we rest. So either roll up your 2 blankets or so. I'm stacking mine, and I'm making a pretty bulky roll. If you're fairly tight in the upper body, you'll probably want 1 roll. If you don't have any blankets, roll up your yoga mat. Okay? You get off of your yoga mat, and we're gonna place this roll about 2/3 of the way up your mat. So this is gonna be going into our upper back shoulder blade region. Take your strap, and we're gonna take it underneath our upper back, kind of looping through the armpits here. And when we lie down, we're gonna pull the strap with our arms, okay? So just have that in ready position under your armpits. And if your strap's not long enough, then you can do this without a strap. It won't be quite the same, but that's okay. I'm lying down with this blanket roll pretty high up my back, slightly above the shoulder blades even. And I'm starting with my knees bent, my arms pulling my strap up, and my head is up. Now lift my bottom and kind of drag my body just barely over that blanket roll. And then I want to take my bottom back to the floor. If this is way too much of a back bend, then come up and make your roll smaller. So it might even be your blanket's halfway rolled, or you're taking a blanket away. And now we'll pull the arms back, pull your straps, and then you can straighten the legs down the mat. And we're just gonna hold it here for a little bit. Actively pulling the straps, pushing through the heels, and hold and breathe. Last breath or so, bring your hands as close together as you can and as close to the floor as you can, and stretch back. And as you exhale, gently release the arms, lift your head, and help yourself up to a seat. Good. Now you can either lie right down on your back, or maybe you're taking your blanket roll now under your thighs and resting. Close your eyes. And drop into the floor. Relax your belly. Relax your face, your eyes. And slowly begin to bring some movement to your body. Stretch the arms overhead. And slowly bring the knees up in towards the chest. Grab the knees and just take some nice circles of the knees, the thighs. You're kind of making ovals around the low back. Go the other way. Bring the knees into the chest. Let's twist the knees over to the left, towards the left elbow. Reach the right arm out. Bring the knees back up and over to the right. And slowly roll all the way to the right. Bring your arm with you. Sit up. Maybe sit on your blanket roll in a comfortable seat. Close the eyes. Give yourself about 5 slow breaths here, really letting each exhale fully complete, allowing yourself to drink in each inhale. Hands to your heart. Close out your practice your way. Namaste.